strong. But I know there's a purpose in the struggle when it all goes wrong. Oh, 'cause I see smiles under street lights instead of chaos in the night. Oh, they say what doesn't kill you will make you strong. Oh, St. Ferdinand, my wonderland, wild and strange, where vagabonds play. St. Ferdinand, not what I planned for my fate, but I'm gonna stay. These streets may not look pretty, but I see angels walking in the city. St. Ferdinand, my dear friend, times may change. You can't keep me away. Oh, no, no. You can't keep me away. Hey, yeah, yeah. Maybe I loved you more than you love me. Maybe life got a way of bringing you to your knees. St. Ferdinand, my wonderland, wild and strange, where vagabonds play. St. Ferdinand, not what I planned for my fate, but I'm gonna stay. These streets may not look pretty, but I see angels walking in the city. St. Ferdinand, my dear friend, times may change. Oh, St. Ferdinand, my dear friend, times may change. You can't keep me away. Oh, no, no. You can't keep me away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo! Okay, so this next one is one you're going to be able to move to. Now, if you were in the VIP, you know what time it is. It's time to dance. All right? So this song, dance circle. We're starting a dance circle. If you don't want to be a part of it, move to the side. But in order to be in the building, you have to be part of it. So it's just part of the course. You signed the waiver. I love this song. Now, I wrote it with Mike and Natalie, and they treasures. I mean, they have expanded my songwriting, I feel like, beyond what I can even recognize right now. And some of these moments were just so pure and beautiful. And I have this video that is the perfect expression. And one day, I'll probably release it so that everybody can see. But it's me trying to nail a Natalie melody, okay? So here's the world of songwriting, right? Everybody can come in with a little piece. Everybody can come in with an idea. And you kind of just see what sticks in the room. So Mike grew up knowing how he is a bass player, okay? So the low end is covered by Mike, right? And woo, give it up for the low end. Let's go. And so he knows, you know, the rhythms and the way to put sounds together. It's just beautiful. So he built this element, and he was like, what do y'all think of this? And Natalie, with her little 90s R&B self, comes in and throws this melody on top that I was like, I don't know if I can sing that. It was like me sitting next to her being like, yes, so cool. She's like my big sister, and I just want to make her proud. And she can come up with stuff that you're like, oh, I just love it. Anyway, I digress. We're sitting on the sofa, and I'm sitting there with this mic so close to my mouth, just being like, just nail the parts, just nail the parts. And she's videoing, and the next thing is she flies to her face, and it's my voice, and she's lip singing like this. And as if she's in a 90s music video, it was just so good. And that was the perfect setting, the perfect story to tell, because that's exactly what it felt like being in the studio. It felt like every day there was just some element of joy that was going to pop out at some point and surprise us all. And I hope that you feel that when you listen to this record. I hope that you feel the joy that I had making it with so many beautiful people. I don't know if Alex and Erica are here, but if so, and Justin, hats off to you guys. They were the ones who made the record happen alongside Mike, and it just was just one of the most beautiful experiences. All the players on the record, I don't know who is here and who is not here, but if you were a part, I'm so incredibly grateful for you. Those moments in those rooms really did change my life. And I got this beautiful opportunity to actually sing a lot of the songs while the band was also going down. It felt like Muscle Shoals or something. It was really beautiful to me. So, yeah, give it up for it's a little bit of the old school way of making music, which I love. I can't believe that's actually old. Anyway, so let me tell you the story behind this song, and then I'll stop talking so much because I just want to tell you all about it because I'm so excited. Okay, so Natalie came in and she had this idea. She's like, I want to write a song called New. And I said, okay, let's do it. That sounds great. What's the story behind it? She said, well, I had this friend who I love and I treasure so much. She's a dear friend in my life. And she talked about how she had known this friend in her adult life, but didn't necessarily know her in her younger years. And there was this period that this friend was walking through back when she was younger, and she was going through drugs and left the house, and she was addicted, and just a lot was going on. And her dad would write her every day and say, you are loved, you are welcome to come home. You are loved, you are not too far gone, you are welcome to come home. He would write her every single day. And finally, one day, she took him up on the offer. And Natalie was saying how she's so grateful that she got to know this person's story, but she would have never even felt the remnants of her previous life on her new life because of how much had been redeemed, how much had been set free, how much had been made new. It's like the old didn't even remain. She was so brand new. And I feel like that is just a song for hope for so many people. There are people in this room that are hanging on to hope for people that are in your 5-foot circle. And you're saying, I hope that they can get out of this. Or I hope that there's a moment where they can see the light of day. Like, I really hope. And I just want you to know that hope does last. And it is true, and it is good. And people can change for the better. Things can change for the better. And I'm waiting on that. I have hope for that, for humanity and for all of us. And so once God touches you, once he puts his hand on you and he makes you new again, it's hard to go back. He is a God of power. He's a God of might. He's a God who can take all the things that once made us heavy and weary and refresh us. And so this song is called New, and I hope you love it. Here we go. They say you used to hang around Diablos every night, trying to fit in with the crowd, making bets and picking fights. But that was your story before me. Why don't we give God the glory to the one that you are now? 'Cause old habits die when you wanna live. I don't see the old you, I just see the new. God put you in my life for such a time as this. I don't see the old you, I just see the new. So I heard you used to go down on South Street, making ends and your money meet. worry about what you're gonna eat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's talk about how you skipped over your grave. 2 hands, 1 prayer, and everything's changed. And I know the truth, and you know it too. Old habits die when you wanna live. I don't see the old you, I just see the you. God put you in my life for such a time as this. I don't see the old you, I just see the you. Yeah. All the wrongs you wanna right, all the dark you wanna light. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. All the wrongs you wanna right, all the dark you wanna light. Yeah. I feel you, but that was your story before me. Why don't we give all the glory to the one that you are now? 'Cause old habits die when you wanna live. I don't see the old you, I just see the you. God put you in my life for such a time as this. I don't see the old you, I just see the you. Oh, all the wrongs you wanna right, all the dark you wanna light. Yeah, I see you. Oh, 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 oh. All the wrongs you wanna right, all the dark you wanna light. Yeah, I feel you. Come on now. Give it up for the horn section. I'm so pumped. These cats played on the record. So when you listen to the record, these are the people that you will be hearing. Which is so awesome. We had so much fun. I'm always amazed by them, always encouraged by their creativity. It is the best. It's so life-giving. Just the melodies that they come up with, the way they play, the passion that they play with. It's a beautiful gift for everybody to get to experience. So I love you guys. Thank you. All right. How's everybody at K-Love On Demand? And 4 people scream because that's the people online. We're so glad that you, oh, she said my mom is on there? Your mom? Her mom is on there too. Okay, all the moms are on K-Love On Demand. Cheers, that's awesome. I love when moms love me. I'm so glad that y'all are with us tonight. K-Love, thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of tonight, for making it special. For everything that you've invested to be here, I am so, so grateful. And for getting this show out to so many more people than could fit in this room. What a treasure. Thank you so, so very much. And to K-Love On Demand, I hope you like the show. Woo! Okay. Now this next song I wrote with a new writer. This was the first time I had ever written with him. And I'm not positive, but I think we wrote, we wrote 2 songs in one day. It was Natalie, guy by the name of John Green, and me. And yeah, John Green! I didn't know John before our write. It wasn't like when we met, bumped into each other. It was like the first time I met him, and Natalie kept saying, I think you're gonna love this guy. I think you're gonna love this guy. And boy, was I blown away. I remember getting the demo back. It didn't have a vocal on it. He kind of said, do you care if I take it away? And little did I know he was gonna come back with a track that like absolutely blew my mind. And I was in Target in Florida, and I'll never forget it. I was just like listening as I was walking around, and I was like, I exploded thinking, oh my gosh, I have always wanted to sound like this. I always wanted to sound like this, but I didn't know if it was ever gonna happen. And this song is the song that literally wakes me up over and over and over and over again in my sleep. John, why have you done this? What have you done to me? I literally hear it constantly in my head. And so if you ever want to know what it's like inside Lauren's head, this is it. I love this song so much. It's one of my favorites. And the bridge, I love the bridge so much. It talks about waiting on a love like the sky waits for the sun. I'm the one who'll be waiting for you. All right, now, when we get to that part, if you know it, you just sing it at the top of your lungs, because one day we will see the glory coming in the sky, and it's going to be a good day. I love this song, John. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a song that I've always longed to make, always longed to write, but I didn't even know. And when I heard it for the first time, I remember calling my manager and saying, this is it, this is it. I can't believe. It's like that, you just put that UK taste to it, and I love it. So thank you so much. This is Waiting.
Someday you're probably just getting in your own way. These are the things people try to say when they don't want you to wait. When you wait, you're always counting selfish, but somehow doubting, wondering what you got yourself into. Tossing down, anticipating, all the while your heart is aching, knowing that the day is coming soon. That's what it feels like, waiting for you. Woo! That's what it feels like, waiting for you. I'm giving up all the cares that I could give. I'm throwing caution to the wind, just to find out if I let it go without ever return. When you wait, you're always counting, said the should, but somehow doubting, wondering what you got yourself into. Tossing down, anticipating, all the while your heart is aching, knowing that the day is coming soon. That's what it feels like, waiting for you. That's what it feels like, waiting for you. Woo! Waiting on a love like the sky waits for the sun. I'm the one who'll be waiting for you. Oh, I'm here, I'm waiting. Waiting on a love like the sky waits for the sun. I'm the one who'll be waiting for you. Oh, yeah, waiting on love. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on. Oh, waiting on. Oh, yeah. Waiting. I'm waiting. I'm here. I'm ready. This is my love. This is my love. Waiting for you. I'm the one who'll be waiting for you.
Oh, your sign says my friend Lane has been waiting to see you. Thank you for coming, Lane. I'm glad you're here. Come on, y'all, that's a good pun. She's been waiting to see you. I got it. It might take a second, but I got it. I can't, the thing is, people always bring signs, and I'm like, I'm half blind even if you have something this close to me. So if you bring a sign, it's like, if it's not huge, there's not a chance. Oh, thank you. She said that song was worth the wait, worth the waiting. I love it. I felt like I waited. I felt like I got to wait for it. It's a treasure. It's a treasure to wait for things. I feel like now with everything being so instant, instant culture, instant this, instant, to wait is beautiful. To wait is to treasure. To wait is to savor. To wait is to enjoy. To wait is to endure. To wait is to persevere. I think waiting should be celebrated. It's such a beautiful gift to have to wait for things. And it's okay that we live in a microwave society, but we don't have to fall to it. We can savor the waiting process. It's beautiful. I love that song so much. All right, now, how many of you are from Nashville? All right. How many of you are not from Nashville? Well, I'm glad it's kind of balanced. I feel like we've got Ohio. Where's everybody from? Kentucky? Oklahoma? Pennsylvania? Texas? Where? Colorado? West Virginia? Y'all, we got a lot of places. Jersey? I heard of Jersey. Yeah, represent. Who's from the farthest? Are you saying Queensland? Cleveland? Canada? Where the heck are you from? Where? England. They're from England. You're from Canada. You're from Queensland. You're from England. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a gift. The travel. What a gift. Oh, I love it. I love to travel so much. Well, as you know, we experienced, just as a community, a pretty interesting week last week. And my heart goes out to all of those at Covenant. We were actually here in this room a week ago, and it was a very different experience. And if you don't know, Covenant is a school around the corner that just experienced an incredible tragedy. And there's a lot of families and people here that are from that school. And I just want to take a moment to just pray for you, to still this beautiful, exciting moment, but to just pray and to remember the things that actually matter most. And if you are someone that's from Covenant and you feel the ease, just grab the person next to you and feel what it is like to have an embrace. And know that that is exactly what it is that this community is doing around all of you. It's what we talk about over our dinner tables. You're on our hearts. It's what I wake up praying about in the middle of the night. You're on our minds, and our hearts genuinely go out to you. With anything that you're wrestling with, anything that you're engaging with post that scenario, I know one promise, and it is, blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. And if I can't wrap my head around any of this stuff, so the only thing, the crux of what I can cling to for people during this time is that one line. That one line. God, you said that you will comfort those who are mourning. And God, I pray right now that every person in this room that has experienced any sort of loss, that has experienced any sort of trauma, that right now you would be the shield around them, that you would be the one who speaks so intently to their minds, that you would quiet any fear that would try to assail them, that you would quiet any confusion, any anxiety, any panic attacks that would come from this, God, that you would be the one to silence the loudness and the sound of the enemy. God, that you would be the one to whisper in their ears. They are covered. They are seen. They are known. God, I ask that you would just, anything that they need, that people who don't even have these same experiences can't speak into. God, the thing that is so uniquely designed, their need, I ask that you would meet it right now. Only you know. Only you know. God, I ask that where there is anger, that forgiveness could abound. God, I ask that where there is fear, love could abound. Lord, I ask that as they put their heads on the pillows at night, they don't toss and turn, but that you'd give them sound, sweet rest. The rest that only comes from above, the peace that surpasses all understanding. And that the world would be able to look at this event and see that there's change that's needed to unify together, to help those around us, to love our neighbors. God, that you would just strengthen these families in this time in a way that only you can. We ask that you would lift them up, that you'd be the lifter of their heads and the joy in their song one day again. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. This next song is called To Know Me, and this is for all of the covenant families. Don't know why I cry every time I see a sunset. Don't know why I smile at all the things I can't forget. Don't know why my heart may take a while to mend. To know me, you would have to know my friend. I can't help but dream when I hear a train coming. I can't help but laugh when I lose my keys again. If you had to count my quirks, there'd be a dozen. To know me, you would have to know my friend. If you've ever seen fireworks lighting up the sky, then you know how quickly time goes in the blink of an eye. Oh, and there's a hidden treasure that's waiting here for you. If you've ever loved someone and they had to leave too soon. To know what I'd trade for one more day to have 'em. To know what it takes to live my life without them. I could tell you all the details of who I am, but then again, to know me, you would have to know my friend. If you've ever heard a bird sing in the middle of the night, then you know that heaven's waiting to take you by surprise. Oh, and the more you love somebody, the more you have to lose. But when they leave this world, they leave their fingerprints on you. To know why I keep on pushing past the limit. To know why I live every day like it's the end. To know why I'm grateful every single minute. To know me, you would have to know my friend. To know me, you would have to know my friend. We have a painter here tonight who is painting in the back. Up there, you can turn and look at him. Yay, hi there. And his name is Roy Law. And woo! And I'm so excited to let all of you know that there is an auction going on tonight. I think everybody received a chip tonight, that little token. There's a QR code on it. And if you scan it, it gives you a little treat. So make sure you scan it to access to the record. And there's also a part of that QR code where you can donate. It's a live auction going on right now. And all of the proceeds that are made from tonight go to the Covenant Fund. And also, whoever donates the most gets the painting as well. So we're going to donate tonight to the Covenant Fund just to help in these times. So thank you all for giving and for being a part. And we're going to also match all of the ticket sales tonight to also give to the Covenant Fund. So you are a part of something beautiful tonight just by coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This next song is one of my absolute favorites. We wrote it in New Orleans. It's called Kaleidoscope Jesus. Here we go.
You go out of your way to make me feel like I'm the one you love. You take on a different shape every time I see you with someone. It's in the heart of the neighbor on the corner, in the spirit of a little girl's eyes, in the hello from a stranger at the grocer, in the people passing by. There's a joy I feel when you reveal. No, how colorful the many ways you meet us. Can't believe the places that we see ya. All your revelations are so genius. Kaleidoscope Jesus, Kaleidoscope Jesus. Just when I think I know you well, you show me you are unpredictable. 1,000 stories I could tell of how your love is not so typical. You're with the sinners hanging out on the fringes instead of staying safe inside. You're not afraid to be seen in the trenches to save a lonely life. There's a joy I feel when you reveal. Oh, how colorful the many ways you meet us. Can't believe the places that we see ya. All your revelations are so genius. Kaleidoscope Jesus, Kaleidoscope Jesus. Mercy's always new with the morning light. Nothing you won't do to show that you are kind. Birds begin to sing and flowers start to bloom for all the world to see. See love from you. Kaleidoscope Jesus, kaleidoscope Jesus. How colorful the many ways you meet us. Can't believe the places that we see ya. All your revelations are so genius. Kaleidoscope Jesus, kaleidoscope Jesus.
I love that song. It's one of my favorites on the record because it makes, did anybody ever watch That 70s Show? All right. That's when you know you're not a Gen Z. So I loved the clips in between each scene where they'd be jumping. The slow-mo jump with the color behind. That's what I think of every time I sing that song. I'm like, that's exactly what I feel about this song. It's just so light and fun. This next one I actually wrote around the corner on Music Row here in Nashville. And are y'all ready? This is kind of comical. It was the first time I have ever written on Music Row. I know, every person's like, oh yeah, Music Row, it's where you go write all the songs. I never have written on Music Row. And so I would hear about this infamous Music Row all the time. Music Row, Music Row. I'd be like, okay, but what actually happens on Music Row? Well, then I found out. There's a lot of writing rooms on Music Row. And I lived in Nashville for 10 years before I ever actually wrote on Music Row. That's a fun story. I wrote it with the beautiful Lori McKenna, and she is such a treat. Yes, yes, yes. This song is another one. I'm going to say that about all of them. This is my favorite song on the record. Ooh, they're kind of all my favorite songs on the record. This one is called Valuable.
I watch you from afar and think what a work of art, like the depths of the Grand Canyon or a canopy of stars. And if I had to place a bet, I bet there's a little voice inside your head lying. Dust all your precious things, display them on a shelf. Walk right past the mirror and don't recognize yourself. You're the hands to the needy and a coat for the cold. What I see when I see you is a heart made of gold. If you feel like you are not valuable, let me tell you there's more. If your heart is running in circles, telling your head things that are not true, what would God say to you? Oh, every tear he catches with his hand, and he knows the way your heart breaks within. You're valuable. Is there a story you've been told that put a stain on your soul? Was it handed down your family line? A memory you try to hide? Is there something in the distance that won't allow you to reconcile? Oh, just remember, if you feel like you are not valuable, let me tell you there's more. If your heart is running in circles, telling your head that are not true, what would God say? Every tear he catches with his hand, and he knows the way your heart breaks within. You're valuable. Not valuable, let me tell you, there's more. If your heart is running in circles, telling your head things that are not true, what would God say to you? With his hand, and he knows the way your heart breaks within. You're valuable.
This was the song that took me by surprise. I love this one. It's called Don't Believe Them. And when I heard it for the first time, I remember thinking, oh my God, am I supposed to sing this song? This is like punching me in the chest. I remember sitting in the studio and thinking, this is like convicting. I'm gonna feel this every time I sing it, probably for the rest of my life. And I remember sitting in the writing room with Natalie when she sat down and she started, I feel like I've got this thing kind of saved for you. And she started playing it, and I thought, okay, let's see where this goes. And it landed on the record. It's like the one that is super cinematic to me. And I love it so very much. It's called Don't Believe Them. Here we go.
There are two sides to every story. The truth leaves where it don't belong. It's a tricky line that we're walking when we got so many people talking, and nobody thinks that they're wrong. How you gonna love someone if you don't forgive them? How you gonna hear what they say if you never listen? How you gonna stand up when the world wants you kneeling? How you gonna live out the words you're preaching if you don't believe them? This flood isn't made up of water, but somehow we all drown anyway. We make the ugly look so pretty and the innocent so guilty in all of these games that we play. How you gonna love someone if you don't forgive them? How you gonna hear what what they say if you never listen? How you gonna stand up when the world wants you kneeling? How you gonna live out the words you're preaching if you don't believe them? Oh, how you gonna live them, yeah, if you don't believe them? Oh. How you gonna love someone if you don't forgive them? How you gonna hear what they say if you never listen? How you gonna stand up when the world wants you kneeling? How you gonna live out the words you're preaching if you don't believe them?
I was walking out of church the other day, as in a year and a half ago. And I got this little thing in my head like, I'm done wrestling with my ego. I was like, I don't know what this is about, but I think I should write a song called Ego. And I brought it to the studio, and Mike and Jason wrote it with me. And I'll never forget Jason being like, are you crazy? How are we supposed to write a song about ego without seeming like egotistical? That's kind of like, oh, I'm on a stage and I'm gonna write a song about losing my ego, even though that would kind of be like an element of ego. Anyway, it was a great write. And I remember leaving thinking, did we get anything that we needed? Was that the whole, the whole bit? And it is one of my favorite songs to perform live now. I'm like, I have fallen in love with this song. I think we've only done it 2 times. Two or three, something like that. And when I tell you, it's a message that I feel like we all need to know right now. It's the selfie thing, it's the swipe, it's so loud and so chaotic, and kids are wanting to know who they are. They long for identity. They long for a place to be loved. They long for a place to be supported. And this doesn't produce this. It doesn't produce the same thing as a personal interaction. There's nothing like it. There's genuinely nothing like it. If you're in high school, if you're in college, if you're in junior high, if you're in elementary school, talk to the people around you. When you think about them, call them. Don't go and see what happened on Instagram. We don't need this thing to keep feeding something that isn't pure, isn't good. Just go love the people around you, and you will in return feel the weight of connection in a way like no screen will ever give you. That's a side note. You got that for free because I wasn't planning on talking about that. But your identity isn't found in the best filter. It's just not. There's nothing about those filters that are going to make you more beautiful. Actually, when they see you in real life, they're like, oh my God. I'll never forget so I released Talking at B, and these kids came up to me, like asking for my autograph, and then they saw my face, and they looked at their mom, and they're like, is that her? Because my album cover looked so different from my quickly learned. Don't worry about the filter. Just be who you are. Don't worry about having your face all perfect and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't make you more beautiful. You are just beautiful as you are. The unique qualities that you've been given are beautiful because they're given only to you. That's what makes something so valuable, so worthy. I love it. I love celebrating life and seeing people for who they actually are. And I'm glad that personal interactions are so much greater than just the swipe zone. Anyway, that's a side note. We have a lyric in here that talks about something that triggered that in my mind. You'll figure it out when you hear it, and I will too. It's called Ego. Here we go. Stuck inside the game, all just trying to find a place. For the stories we share are picture perfect in every frame. That was it. We all wanna be known, but we're afraid to be fully seen. Feel like we're the only ones covering up insecurity. Have we lost who we are to the pressure? Oh no, no. Trading souls for the sake of the pleasure. Ooh, I'm done racing with my ego. Lord knows it all feels so hollow. If you wanna go high, then you gotta buy low. If you wanna go deep, gotta rise above the shallow. I'm done racing with my ego, 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 ego. Never did me any good, only ever built a wall. It stood as high as it could, all the while I felt so small. Felt unworthy to be loved, wondered if I'd ever measure up. But is this the cost of pride, stealing the truth of who I once was? Have we lost who we are to the pressure? Oh no, no. Giving power to a throne for acceptance. Ooh, I'm done wrestling with my ego. Lord knows it all feels so hollow. If you wanna go high, then you gotta buy low. If you wanna go deep, gotta rise above the shallow. I'm done wrestling with my ego, 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 ego. Can we change what we become? Can we save our society? If there's a way, if there's a door, it's humility. I'm done wrestling with my ego. Lord knows it all feels so hollow. If you wanna go hard, then you gotta buy low. If you wanna go deep, gotta rise above the shallow. I'm done wrestling with my ego. So I get this phone call in, I don't remember when it was. I think it was in April of last year. That's maybe wrong, whatever. And I got a call sometime. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is how the call went. Hey, Lauren, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just in my condo. Oh, that's awesome. Are you ready for some good news? I'm always ready for some good news. Okay, well, guess what? You finally got your first festival offer since 2020, since the shutdown. And I was like, oh my gosh, this hand. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. What festival? It's in San Diego, and you're opening for Kings of Leon. I am losing my mind. Are you kidding me? Okay, Lee, I have to go right into the studio and write a song that's gonna be something to sing that is new for this festival. So literally the next day I go to the studio, Mike's like, hey, I built this thing yesterday, what do you think of it? Tell me how you feel. Also just jump in the vocal booth and just sing whatever you feel. And I was so excited. This is like the moment that kind of warranted, oh my gosh, COVID is we don't have to be stuck inside anymore. We finally get to do shows again. I'm gonna be on stage again. This was that moment. So I go into the booth and all I kept singing is, these are the days, these are the days, these are the days we've been dreaming of. Over, these are the days, these are the days, these are the days, these are, over and over and over. Like I was so excited that these were the days we had been dreaming of. We saw the dark clouds come and God had parted the clouds and now we were able to walk in the goodness of what was to come. That was the experience. So I just kept singing that, right? Well, then we get to New Orleans, we're doing this riding trip, and it took a turn of like, these are the days that we have been waiting for. These are the days for such a time as this. We are alive. And there's gonna be a day where he comes again and the clouds are gonna part for a different reason. And we're gonna get to see the jubilation of humanity. Rejoice, 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 rejoice as he comes. And this song was just like, it took a massive turn. And I remember sitting there and thinking, oh wow, I would have never used jubilation if it wasn't Natalie and Mike and Jason in the room. And this has become a song that is just so fun to sing. If you catch on, this is the song you can like, throw up your hands and feel free to run around like a banshee in this place. These are the days, here we go. Also, you gotta love a good shuffle. It's my favorite. People out there, let go of your cares. Turn your cries into loud hallelujahs. This is what we came for. Oh, leave all your worries behind. We know the future's burning bright. This is the great jubilation. This is what we came for, what he came for. Oh, these are the days, these are the days, these are the days we've been dreaming of. So don't look away, 'cause these are the days, these are the days, better get on while they come. We thought we'd never see the sun through the dark skies, but all the signs are saying it's again up. Oh, these are the days, these are the days, these are the days we've been dreaming of. Oh. Open your eyes, open your ears, I'm telling you why. You'll see heaven inhabit our praises. This is what we came for. Oh, oh, singing the song of paradise, believing the good news is alive. This is the great jubilation. This is what he came for, what he came for. Oh, these are the days, these are the days, these are the days we've been dreaming of. So don't look away, 'cause these are the days, these are the days, better get on while they come. We thought we'd never see the sun through the dark skies, but all the signs are saying it's a get up. These are the days, these are the days, these are the days we've been dreaming of. Oh, woo. If it's not good, then it's not over. If it's not good, then it's not over. Sing it out. If it's not y'all. That's it. That's the record. If you are a part of making it or had any influence from management to label to all the people that are here that had something to do with this record, thank you, thank you, thank you.